Hello, good evening, and welcome to this live broadcast from Warley Club Rooms. And we're going to give a bit of an update on what's happening with the club and, more importantly, what's happening with our show, which is back after a break of 3 years at the NEC this November, the 26th and 27th. So, I hope you've enjoyed that video that our secretary, Andy, put together. A mix of some club layouts and a mix of some exhibits that are coming to the show this year. We at the club are having a trial membership to see if people might have an interest in joining us, might like to get involved with us. Perhaps you can see that there. 6 months membership is only £40. It would normally be £108, and that's for 6 months. If you don't like us, well, bye-bye. We'll wave goodbye to you and say, hope you've enjoyed the experience. If you do like us, you're welcome to join us. Details of that are also on our club website, I believe. So, the club is in fine fettle. We're meeting regularly again now on a Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday, and often there are members here during the day as well. So we've got all the groups functioning. Work is progressing on the layouts. The library is open. Things are happening much as they were pre-COVID. We're fortunate. We've got some large spaces so we can have good ventilation, and members, if they wish, can wear a mask and can do what they want. We are encouraging people to use the sanitizer we provide, just as a safety precaution. But we're up and running. Things are looking good. Everybody seems to be enjoying themselves. We're getting up to 40 people an evening around the club room working on our layouts. Just as a reminder, we have layouts in the club room in gauges N, 009, 00, EM, O gauge, S7 and G scale. So there's something for most people there. And obviously there's a lot to learn from the members here in the club in the club room. And if you're looking for details of a particular project you're working on, we have a very extensive library of both lending books and also reference books and reference material. For instance, if you're looking for a plan in a railway modeler, we have every railway modeler from issue 1 until this current month. We have every model railway constructor. We have every railway world. We have every model railway news. So there's a very good resource here if you want to make use of it. Just some of the benefits of joining a long-established and active model railway club. Now, moving on to the exhibition, I was hoped to be joined by our exhibition manager, Nigel Smith, but it may well be that he's got delayed on the motorway. He has to come around the M42 and the M5. And when I came up just part of the M5 earlier, it was pretty busy, so he might be struggling with the traffic. But moving on to the exhibition, that, as I mentioned earlier, takes place on the 26th and 27th of November in Hall 1 of the NEC, the hall we've been in the recent years, and we're expecting a really good show. Obviously, the last 3 years since our last show in 2019, we've been affected by COVID. So we're going full steam ahead now, pun expected, I would hope, for the exhibition this year. We're expecting to have around 80 layouts, and they're going to be in some G-scale layouts, gauge 1. In 7mm, there'll be something like, about 12 layouts, 3 7mm narrow gauge layouts. There will be something like 25 layouts in 00, 18.83 and EM gauge. There'll be half a dozen narrow gauge layouts. There'll be a British HO layout. There will be a 3mm scale layout, and there will be, three 3mm scale layouts. There will be a selection of 2mm fine scale layouts, because 2 years ago we were due to celebrate the 2mm Scale Association Diamond Jubilee. That had to be cancelled, but it has been brought forward. So 2 years later, we'll be celebrating their Diamond Jubilee. Some really good 2mm layouts there, including St Ruth and Ivy Bridge, and Jerry Clifford's Tucking Mill. Excellent. In Engage, we've got 7 layouts, which includes our own Hawes Junction layout, which is of some substance, as if you've seen it before. We've got 10 overseas prototypes. In addition, we also have some 7 layouts from the Swiss Railway Society. Again, it was their 40th year celebration 2 years ago, and we've had to defer that. So that'll be happening this year as well. So a couple of celebrations, plenty of super model railways. And as always, there's a few classic layouts, one of which is the Farquhar layout that was the original layout of the Reverend Audrey, upon which he ran Thomas. Now, many, many years ago, I saw this layout at the Bristol exhibition when it was in central Bristol. It's now under the care of the Telephone and Railway Preservation Society, who are bringing it to the show. And we have our usual other displays, something for the younger modeler, the Gage O'Gill Village, the Junior Models Workshop, and our new project in 00, Margate Warren, which will be making its only exhibition appearance this year at the show, as that is moving after the exhibition to the Hornby Margate exhibition. Now let's just have a look and see what we've got in the comments here. Most of them seem to be Andrew, who is not here, unfortunately. He's come down with a bad cold, so he's running this from his home, but he is pulling up the messages. Right, yeah. If you've got any questions, please put them in. I've managed to find the comments section on StreamYard here. I'm not a great expert on it, but I've managed that, and we can see what's going on. There will be the usual display of society stands. That's both modelling societies and line societies and preservation societies. And our usual around about 120, 130 trade exhibitors, including, of course, our sponsors, which are Graham Farish, Bachman, Pico, Hornby, and Crazy Publications. So we hope we'll be back very much as we were a few years ago. 2019 was a great show. You may remember that it was sort of on the back of the success of the Great Model Railway Challenge, and it was very well attended. We suspect this year we'll see a little bit of a downturn in attendance. We have factors such as who knows where COVID's going to be. Obviously, everybody's feeling the pinch with increases in travelling costs, with increases in living costs generally, national insurance, etc., going up with effect from today. Yeah, we're hoping to have a good show. We're not cutting down on the space to any great extent. We're liking to fill it. So we hope everybody's going to come again this year and make our trade exhibitors very happy. We will have a number of our established traders with us, but of course, inevitably, some are not trading anymore. Some have retired. Some have merged their businesses with others. But a lot of those have been made up by some newcomers into the business in the last 2 or 3 years. So what goes around comes around. And whilst a lot of people seem to fear that the model railway trade is in decline and only likely to be available on the internet through web pages, maybe we also need to see them in the flesh. One of the reasons I say that is during lockdown, I bought several purchases on the internet from having seen them on web pages, on websites. And if I'd seen them in the flesh, I wouldn't have bought them. They weren't appropriate for what I wanted. So it's a good opportunity to see what's around. And the other thing is, even with websites, you can't always find exactly what you want, where you often see it on a stand. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but when I wander around a model railway show, I see all sorts of things. I think, that would be good for my layout. Let's buy one of those, or that's a useful tool. Let's have a go with that. And I wouldn't have bought that if I was just looking at websites. So I think they enrich all of our modelling, our trade exhibitors, seeing them in the flesh at exhibitions. There will also be the usual manufacturers, in addition to the The sponsors, of course, Heljan will be there. Happens will be there. They're now having their own products made, of course. Accurate Scale. As far as I'm aware, I haven't seen a list in recent times, but I think all the manufacturers in the N 4mm and 7mm scales will be present. So, anybody got any questions for us? I'm making this up as I go along, by the way, as you can probably tell. You may have seen the leaflet we've done. This is the first draft. It doesn't include at the moment how to obtain tickets in advance, but they will be available in advance through the Ticket Factory website. For various reasons, we can't do it sell them ourselves. So Andy's just put up the Ticket Factory website there. They're available now. That's a big announcement today, actually, that as of yesterday, these Ticket Factory is now selling tickets for the show. And there is a discount if you buy them in advance. And it'll certainly save a queue when you get to the show. I do remind you that the NEC do charge for car parking, unfortunately. I think that's gone up 99 pence compared with last year. But again, if you buy those your car park ticket before midnight on the day you come to the show, you'll find you get a discount. And as they say at that well-known supermarket, every little helps. So, what more can I say? We'll have the modelling demonstrations. There will be some changes to that, some of the established regular ones that everybody likes to see. There'll also be some new ones there as well. The centrepiece locomotive display this year is number 82045. Now that is if you don't know about it, it's a new build, standard class 3 Prairie. It's being built at the Severn Valley Railway and it's making good progress. You might have seen it in the introductory film. It now looks like a loco in that it's got 6 wheels in the middle and 2 wheels either end on the pony trucks. It has a cab and it has a smoke box and a chimney. What it doesn't have yet is a boiler. There will be further progress on that before the show. How much remains to be seen. But I always think that seeing how a real locomotive is made and put together helps to trying to understand how we can build our own models and better models at that. So well worth coming to see, and the guys behind the project will be at the NEC show, and you'll be able to chat to them about the whole thing and how far they've got, and any technicalities they've had, and any technical questions you've got. So that should be quite exciting, I think. Layouts cover all periods and eras, as is usual. We've got some pre-grouping projects right through to the contemporary railway scene. So again, something for everybody. And as ever, some of the layouts have come far and wide: Scotland, north of Scotland, Wales, and all over England. Unfortunately, there won't be any layouts this year from Europe. I'm afraid one of the consequences of Brexit is that it's very difficult to bring in layouts from Europe. That includes Southern Ireland, of course. We're working on that for the future, but just at this moment in time, it's difficult to work out what should be done. And the rules are changing, I believe, in July, which are going to make it just a little bit trickier. So we'll see what happens as we progress. It'll be great to get some of those fantastic layouts from our friends in Europe back across in the show. They've been a real feature for many years, and we've seen some real quality exhibits in the show from Europe. So there must be some questions around. Yeah, from Mr. Strong. Can you explain NEC being a cashless venue as stated on the leaflet? Yes, it is. The NEC site, in terms of any public area, is now a cashless venue. That means you have to have a credit or debit card in order to buy tickets on site and I believe to buy any refreshments from the public areas. However, when you get in the hall, that does not apply. There will still be cash sales in the hall. I'm sure many traders will be anxious to take your cash from you at the show. Having said that, I have noticed on the 2 or 3 shows I've been to in the last 6 months that many traders now do have credit card facilities. It seems to be the way the world has gone since the pandemic, and yeah, I think it's where it's going everywhere. So you can expect, I suspect, to be able to use your credit card on most stands, but cash will also be available inside the hall, but not anywhere on the NEC side of the venue, the public areas, and the ticket booths at the NEC. And I suppose also that means you won't be able to buy your car park ticket any other way than by credit card unless you buy it in advance. So I hope, Mac, that has helped explain that scenario to you. What more can I say? We're all really excited to be getting the show up and running. We'll be doing the floor plan hopefully next Wednesday. That's a major part of the event. But I always think that when we've got the plan in place, we've got a show, and then everything else just follows from that. Message come up from Warley Club. Paul, will tickets be on sale before the event, i.e. at the club? Yes, tickets are available from the club room, normally on a Tuesday night when our treasurer or our exhibition treasurer is available, and they'll also be available at most exhibitions that we go to between now and our show, with either layouts or with the exhibition display stands. We're going to the Statfold exhibition this coming weekend, but we won't have tickets available there, unfortunately, due to COVID and some staffing issues. Key pair of volunteers to attend that show sadly come down with COVID this week, and the second rank attendees, which includes me, aren't able to cover the entire time, so we can't take tickets to sell at the show. But as I say, they are now available from the NEC website at the Ticket Factory if you want to buy them. Any more questions from anybody? Just trying to think what more I can say to you. Club layouts. We'll have a number of club layouts in the show. We will have our G-scale Hortus Halt layout that's been seen before, but it is going to be shown in a different format this time, so that will be new. We will be having club member layout Paul Towers. He's bringing his layout Cello, which is 7mm narrow gauge, and then nothing in 00, I think, but in British HO, Pete Howells, who's our 3.5mm British outline exponent, is going to take the refurbished Burford. He's done a lot of work on this during lockdown, took some of the boards home with him and worked on them, so that'll be seen in its improved form. And in N-gauge, then of course we've got our own Hawes Junction I mentioned. A lot of work has been done that on the electric side. It did appear to have shown 2019, but didn't run terribly well. The expectation is now that that will be up and fully running at the show in November. There's work to be done on the scenics as well, so it really does look the part. And we'll have our club display. Our club display will also incorporate one of the latest diorama by our member Ian Carter. You may remember he was behind the Cradle to Grave project, showing the development of the steam locomotive that was seen at the 2019 show. He's now done another personal diorama, and this concerns the atmospheric steam railway in South Devon, and that'll be seen on the Warley Model Railway Club stand at the exhibition. As you can see on the screen, we have the next summer open day, which I think is the 3rd of July, not the 2nd. It's on the Sunday, which I think is the 3rd of July. And it'll be in the club room 11 till 4. There'll be a chance to see all the club layouts in progress, plus one or two other interesting things, together with our second-hand sales stand, which has been really popular since we've upgraded it, thanks to Alf and Mac and Pete, who run club members who run it on the members' behalf. A lot of stuff has been bought and sold. There've been some real bargains on there as well. Yeah, it's worth coming along. We have refreshments available and a chance to chat to members, see what we're up to. We love chatting to potential new members, and anybody who's got any interest in model railways, full stop. If you like it, you can come and try the aforementioned trial membership, and hopefully you'll join us and get involved and become part of our team. Just a bit of history. I joined this club in November 1968, having been to the Warley Club, Warley Club's exhibition in October 1968, which was at a local school in Smethwick. And as they say, the rest is history. I've been a member without break since 1968. Seems a long time ago now. And I was persuaded to run my first exhibition in 1978 when I was the tender age of 24 years. So no time like the present for anybody who wants to get involved. Yes, Alex, you're right. It is a very long time ago, and you can probably tell by my appearance and image. It's a long time ago. However, what I would say is it's been very, very fulfilling. I've had some great mates, comrades, friends in the club. I've learned a lot from those friends in the club. My modelling has definitely significantly improved as a result of being able to chat to people here. Sadly, one or two of my mentors are no longer with us, but it has really been of great benefit. And I thoroughly enjoyed being exhibition manager for the Warley exhibition for, I think it was 45 years in total. So is it 40? No, 41 years, sorry, in total. So yeah, it's been a good ride, as they say. Right. Sorry, I forgot to mention our double O layout North Bridge will also be in the show. I should have known that because that's actually the layout that's featured on the leaflet. That again has had a lot of extensive work done on it in the last couple of years. That layout is a bit different in that it represents a preserved railway. North Bridge is a play on the words of Bridge North. It's inspired by Bridge North, but it's not an exact copy, although it has a lot of common features. The station building is a scratch-built model of Bridge North Station, built by one of our club members, who incidentally normally models in Gauge 1. So we're a very cosmopolitan lot in this club. And don't forget that our social media will have ongoing show updates. That is YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're not doing TikTok yet. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But those of you who are registered for those who have subscribed or liked those particular social media sources will get regular updates. So keep your eye open on what we're up to. And as I say, there will be some videos on YouTube as time progresses, both about the club and also about the exhibition. So, any more queries from anyone? Any questions? I'm here. I might not be able to answer them, but I might be able to answer them. Let's see. Anybody else want to raise any questions? What I haven't mentioned is the admission price, and that's partly because I can't remember and I forgot to bring a piece of paper with me to tell me. I know the admission on the door for an adult is £20 and for a child it remains at £1. I've got a feeling the advanced ticket price is either £18 or £18.50 and again £1 for a child. But if you go onto the Ticket Factory website, you'll certainly see the prices there where you can buy your tickets. And I would hope it's either on our own club exhibition website, or if not, it shortly will be. Keep an eye on that website for updates of things that are happening and any changes in the layouts, etc., etc. Things do change. I mean, we're 7 or 8 months out from the show at the moment. The best will in the world, there will be changes. Sadly, illness affects some person's ability to attend, and there can be other factors. So keep an eye on the website, and that will give you an update on what's going on. So I think if there's no other questions, I don't think I can really ramble on anymore. Just to say, we're looking forward to putting the show together. We're looking forward to mounting it at the NEC. We expect to have a lot of fun putting it together, and we hope many of you will come along and enjoy it and support us. And if we have a good show this year, we hope we'll have 2023 on the go as well. So thank you. Thanks for listening to me rambling, and hopefully see you soon.